Time TV. Today's reaction will be coming from The Sauce on YouTube. And y'all saw all the names that I put down there. We're going to talk about all of them. Just maybe some, just a little teeny weeny, just a little bit. Okay, as you come in, y'all, please hit that subscribe button, the like button, and share it if you can. As far as the Shannon Sharpe, I know everybody's tired of hearing about it. But listen, now people are knowing what the role play of it. Is it role play? Should he go, should he be like judged for that? It was her idea. She was 19 and you was in your 50s, Shannon. But I want y'all to let me know what y'all thinking. What y'all thinking down in them comments. Should he be held responsible? Cause they said in the video, no. She said, but if you're supposed to have a key word when you playing that kind of whatever you call it, DDSM, something like that. Anyway, when you playing that kind of role play rough stuff, you're supposed to have I heard you're supposed to have a code word that means stop, like right now. So I heard the first code words are stop, no, and then it's another word, but you're only supposed to pick one word. So I don't know, y'all. Y'all tell me. Here we go. Let's see what the sauce talking about, and I'll be back with my reaction. Okay. All right, let's go.
For celebrity news. And I know, you're sitting over there like, Sauce, why did you make us watch that? I made you watch that because after reviewing some of the new details in the Shannon Sharpe story, I was sitting over here like, oh my goodness, either Tubi, Tyler Perry, or Lifetime really need to make this into a movie. Because, as you know, Shannon Sharpe is currently being sued by a woman who he met when she was 19, named Gabby. And Gabby is suing him for SA. However, prior to Gabby suing him, Shannon Sharpe was already being sued by an ex-girlfriend named Michelle Bundy.
Hold it. Let me make it. I have to speed her up. Sorry about that, Sauce. Sorry about that, y'all that's watching. Sorry. Gosh, I always forget. Y'all don't be reminding me. Let me like it, too. I always do that. Okay. Here we go, y'all. Hey, I didn't know y'all was up in here looking. Here we go.
Similar to Gabby, Michelle Bundy also says that Shannon Sharpe was abusive and SA'd her. However, Shannon Sharpe says that Michelle Bundy is an absolute nut who was stalking him and she's crazy. However, here's the kicker, and this is the reason why Shannon Sharpe's story really needs to be done into a movie by Tyler Perry, Lifetime, or Tubi. Because after people started to run with the story that Michelle Bundy Evans is also suing Shannon Sharpe for alleged SA and abuse, Shannon Sharpe's attorneys came out into the press conference in which they said that Michelle Bundy's an absolute nut, and as a matter of fact, she spent 3 years in jail because she actually tried to murk her husband so that she could get with Shannon Sharpe. When discussed,
and also, I just want y'all to know that Michelle is not the Michelle that we heard on the Instagram, okay? That ain't the one. It's another one, okay? Another Michelle.
Discussing Michelle Bundy Evans, Shannon's attorney said, it should be of no surprise that when someone famous is in the news, all sorts of people crawl out of the woodwork to share their connection to the person in an attempt to profit from the alleged relationship. In many cases, those stories or accusations are nothing more than old news, fanciful exaggerations, or sometimes blatant misrepresentations of fact. They are shared on social media and fed to reporters with intentional factual omissions and no regard for the truth. This is obviously purposeful and designed to create a fabricated narrative. This is exactly what's happening to Shannon Sharpe in the resurrection of the case involving Michelle Evans as a perfect example. Sadly, Miss Evans became obsessed with Shannon and decided to manufacture a claim against him. When she couldn't find a lawyer to pursue her outrageous story, she filed a civil complaint on her own that is completely devoid of merit. The fact is that Shannon has had no contact with this person for many years, and it's our understanding that she's still on probation after serving 3 years in prison for trying to murk her husband so that she could hopefully pursue a relationship with Shannon. See what I'm saying? This right here is turning into a Lifetime movie. Because why in the world did this white woman try to murk her husband so that she could get with Shannon? I mean, come on.
Yeah, but then she said he was during DV, right? No, evidently not. If you gonna dare and try to murk your husband just to be with him. God. Okay. Whew. Thank y'all for the likes. I appreciate it so much.
Come on, what is Shannon Sharpe over there doing to these white women? And now I'm wondering, did she try to murk her husband herself, or was she out there trying to hire somebody to do it? And if she was out there trying to hire somebody to do it, was there a whole sting operation? I mean, come on, this is the stuff that Lifetime movies are made of. Listen, let me know in the comments, what do you think about Shannon Sharpe's attorney saying that Michelle Bundy's lying? And as a matter of fact, she was so obsessed with Shannon that she tried to whack her husband. Let me know what you think down below, and while you're down there leaving a comment, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. But before we stop talking about Shannon, I have one more thing to say. The other day, Charlemagne the Not God and DJ Envy were talking.
I love the way she say that. Charlemagne the Not God. That's exactly right. Hey, the friendly one official too. Hey, welcome to Valentine TV. Let's see what Charlemagne the Not God had to say
about this whole Shannon Sharpe situation on the Breakfast Club. And while they were talking about it, they sort of got into a disagreement because DJ Envy felt that it was wrong for Shannon Sharpe to have to step down from his role at ESPN just because of an accusation. However, Charlemagne the Not God was like, listen, he should take a step down.
I don't like things like this, right? I'm gonna tell you why, right? I understand it's a lot of noise, there's a lot of people talking, but that's what the opposition wants. That's what they want. Yeah. They want you to be embarrassed. They want you to start losing money. They want you to start doing that, so they feel like that you will settle out and you'll be forced to settle out. Now, if he really didn't do it, and this was part of his kinky thing, and it was what it was, and he didn't do it, and he's innocent, and the fact that he has to step away now, possibly losing his job, if he has bills and not having bills because now he has no work, I don't like that if he didn't do it, because that's what they want him to do. Yeah. They want him to be embarrassed. They want him to feel away, because what's going to happen, he's going to be like, you know what, F all this, let me just settle out on the side. That's what they're forcing him to do, really.
Yeah. I'm sure Disney still has moral clauses, though. Like, you know, regardless of, you know, anything, I don't know if anything he did was criminal, but there's still moral clauses.
But when you talk about moral clauses, right, I can do it out there, and I don't know what happened, we don't know, but from the outside, I can do what I want to do in my bedroom.
Yes.
Right? What I do in my bedroom is my business.
But once somebody...
And I didn't put it out. I didn't film it and put it out. Somebody secretly taking it and put it out. I just think that's wrong. You can't do that.
It's not black and white like that, though.
For time out, I think you're missing
Y'all listen to what Charlemagne the Not God says.
something. There's an audio phone call of him saying that he was going to choke her. Now, whether or not that was role playing or not, it's perceived as a video. It's of a Shannon Sharpe saying he's going to choke this 19-year-old girl, however old she is.
Right.
So that is enough to say, hey, you know what, you need to sit down for a while.
But is it if it's a tape secret call?
All right. The relevance in that, the reason she played that is because y'all remember back when Charlemagne was charged with, allegedly charged with with SA, right? He didn't leave the Breakfast Club. He said he ain't leaving no Breakfast Club. He says her word against his, right? He didn't leave, but he's telling Shannon that he should step down. Ain't that something? But anyway, here we go.
And it is role playing. Let's just say, and I don't
know if it's role playing.
But we don't know. He's saying it's role playing. She's saying it's not, right? But if it is, and it's secretly taped, and this is my secret business. If I'm into BDSM, what is it called?
But all that has to come out though, and be like, they have to know that for fact. They don't know right now. So why they don't know?
The brother, so you're really guilty, and you got to prove yourself innocent.
He's not fired as of now. As of now, he just took that step away. Yeah, he stepped down. What I think happened.
I don't like that.
All right, so here's the issue that I have with Charlemagne the Not God. How come he wasn't saying any of that when his behind was hit with the actual assault allegations a few years ago? When it happened to him, he was sitting over there like, nah, I ain't do it. I ain't leaving my job. So how come you have a different attitude when it comes to Shannon Sharpe? See, when it was Charlemagne who was up on the chopping block, he didn't feel like the Breakfast Club had a right to remove him based on an allegation. But now that it's Shannon Sharpe, it's a whole different situation. What's up with that? Now, check this out. The other day, the court revealed that P. Diddy, a.k.a. Sean Combs...
All right, y'all. All right. We switching this thing up, but it's still messing with your mental. So just be ready, because y'all know the hearing, like a week away. So Diddy is going to pull out everything. Okay, everything. Even if it sounds cuckoo. Alright, Diddy is pulling out all the stops. That darn lawyer he hired, Young Thug's lawyer, they ain't helping. I mean, it ain't gonna help, but maybe he did that to help his children. Hopefully, whoever the co-conspirators are. I better say it that way. And everything's alleged. I'm just telling the story over here. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay? I'm gonna perk up in a minute, y'all. Y'all know y'all can tell I'm like
Holmes, aka the
blah.
Diddler, was in fact given a plea deal. However, he turned it down because he fully believes 100% that he can beat the case. And to help him beat the case, Diddy's attorney, Mark Agnafio, actually told the judge that Diddy's not an actual criminal. What he is a swinger. As a matter of fact, during one of Diddy's last hearings, Diddy's attorney told the judge there's a lifestyle, call it swingers or whatever you will, that he thought was appropriate because it's common. Many people think it's appropriate because it's common. Okay, so for everybody out there who doesn't know what a swinger is or what swing...
Y'all, Diddy don't tell them that he wasn't in his right frame of mind, and that's why everything happened the way it did. He was mentally, ill. So I don't know. And he's saying he was a swinger. You have to have whatever. Let's roll. Let's just go. Let's just go. We gotta find something to perk me up, cause I am just. Ooh, okay, here we go, y'all.
Swingers are. Here's a definition.
This is a series where I explain the definitions of different relationship dynamics, and today we're talking about swinging. Swinging is a type of ethical non-monogamy or consensual non-monogamy, where usually a group of married or long-term partners come together in a party or event type setting and swap with each other. This is so that they can engage and explore sexually outside of their relationship, and usually once the party is over, they return home to their normal lives, often with their families.
Oh my goodness, if Diddy don't stop, because the question's not whether or not Diddy likes to swing or whether or not Diddy's a swinger. I mean, Ray Charles can see that Diddy likes to swing. The question in this case is whether or not Diddy was over there swinging on people like Cassie with a closed fist to try to get them to swing against their will. That's the question. Listen, let me tell you something. The only thing that I know about swinging, aside from what I've seen on TV, is I had a friend who was into swinging. And this friend told me that he used to go to key parties, right? So him and his girlfriend used to go to parties and they would take their keys and they would label their keys. And then they would put their keys in a fishbowl once they got to the party. Then at the end of the night, the women would go back to their respective houses, but the men would stick their hands into that fishbowl and then go to the house with the address on it and hook up with whatever woman was at that house. I mean, it was crazy. And I remember one time he was single and he asked me, he was like, yo, you want to come to the swing party? I said, absolutely, hell to the mother cuffing no. Now, in addition to arguing that Diddy's a swinger and not a freak-off artist, P. Diddy's attorneys also argued that there's no way that P. Diddy could have committed the crimes that he's being accused of because he was mentally incapacitated at the time, meaning he was too drunk and he was too high to commit such crimes.
Hey guys, welcome back. I was just on TMZ earlier today, so if you guys want to check it out, go over there and check it out. It was a good show. A little bit of technical difficulty, but it was definitely a good show. However,
Boy, that's it. That's all. Okay, all she gonna do is talk about that she worked with the mentally challenged and stuff like that, right? But anyway, the point of the matter is, do y'all think Diddy was? What do y'all think about that one? That defense. How do y'all think that one's gonna go? Please put in the comments, y'all. And I'm out of here. I gotta find something to liven me up a little bit. But anyway, thank y'all for tuning in to Valentine TV. I appreciate all the subscribers I got. Thank you so much. Love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later. All right, bye, y'all.